Okay, I'm going to talk about famine in the world. Welcome to my project. I'm Jimena Mandujano and I start. Oh my god. What is famine? Famine, severe and prolonged hunger in a substantial proportion of the population of region or country in a specific country, resulting in widespread and acute malnutrition and death by starvation and disease. Famine usually lasts for a limited time, ranging from a few months to a few years. They cannot continue indefinitely if for no other reason that the affected population will eventually be decimated. Okay, the most common human this is famine. This is two examples to malnutrition or famine in Africa, but in all the world exists famine, like in Mexico, exists in Oaxaca or Chiapas, Guerrero, um, all the all the states that exist in the sur of Mexico. Um, in United States exists in Texas and Toronto in Melbrook or Detroit. Okay, in Canada exists in Toronto because Toronto is most bigger biggest city of Canada and this is okay. I continue with causes. The causes is more important talk about the war, and the most common human cause of famine is warfare. In addition to destroying crops and food supplies, warfare disrupts the distribution of food through the strategic use of siege and blockade tactics and through the incident destruction of transportation routes and bicycles. The famine that played Eastern Europe between 150 no, one no, 1500 and 1700, for example, were chiefly the result of greater than natural causes, as the warring countries of the region interfered with after prevent the production and distribution of basic foodstuffs. The deliberate destruction of crops and food supplies became a common tactic of war in the 19th century, employed by both attacking and detained armies. The scouted-air policy adopted by Russians in 1812 not only deprived Napoleon's armies of needed food but also starved the Russian people who depend of the land. Okay. Uh, in for the resume, the most important causes is the war. Historical answers. Historical answers is like okay. Famines generally strike in poor countries. They have been endemic in some countries and widespread in South Asia or South America or whatever country, but they are not totally unknown. The prosperous industrial countries in 1944 and 1945, for instead and famine struck the Netherlands with ferocity, the result of temporary food embargo by German occupation authorities as well as harsh winter hit them impaired food shipments. The hunger winter claimed between 20, 20 millions and 30 millions lives there at the end of World War II. Okay. Despite the development of many detailed anti-famine programs, famine had persisted. One reason for this is that until the 1980, the underlying causes of most famine were pretty understood. Despite some aggression to the country throughout the age, there has been overwhelming tendency to think the famines are primarily caused by a decline of food production. The result has been that famines that are not accompanied by such shortage are usually not results are famines until well after they have occurred. For example, was grave were sent by the government failing to declare a famine and thereby sour the official responses that would have been dictated by the Indian famine god. Okay, I okay, political role. Many factors can contribute to entity failure. For example, slight imbalance in production can lead to large increase or decline in price, but government policies can also cause entitlement failures. It can be a root, for example, that the Blind West famine of 1974, which was preceded by the effects of widespread flooding, would have been less severe if the state food rational system had not been in place. The rationing system was flawed because it provided subsidized ration food to only the country's urban population. In 1948, despite higher than usually rice production, there was a slight shortage of per capita food availability because the United States temporarily halted routine food aid over its objection to Bangladesh trade with Cuba. If this shortage had been shared across the country, there would have been little hardship, but the ration system kept supplies of food in the urban centers, thereby affecting the entire of rural Bangladeshis and ultimately causing famine and some 1 million deaths. Okay. Prevents and control. Okay, in order to be effective, police decided to prevent or control famine must be based on some understanding of the relationship between markets and food shortage. According to two traditional but opposing views for markets exacerbate food shortage and therefore should be careful controller of the naturally available food shortage and there be completely unhindered. Both views are flame, both have caused governments to act in ways to make famous worse. In many cases, for example, the first reaction of governments had been the prevention to movement of food between regions, says such activity is frequently associated by speculation and probability. That's all. This is my project, and I have it's like, and that's all. Thank you.